The world is right now going through a universal emotion, an emotion of grief. Either we ourselves or we know of people who are right now going through the loss of a loved one. So in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about grief and some of the ways that we can best manage it. So the loss of a loved one is not just the loss of the person, but the loss of the dreams we had, the loss of a life that overlapped with that person, the loss of probably financial security, the loss of maybe a sense of identity. And so each one of us grieves differently. Every grief and every grieving process is unique. Some of us feel a lot of anxiety and depression. It's normal. Some of us don't. Some of us are numb. Normal. Some of us constantly want to talk about it. Normal. Some of us feel a lot of guilt and anger. Normal. So don't judge your emotions or yourself at this point. Accept the emotions that you feel and accept your way of grieving. Just like any emotion, grief also follows a wave-like pattern, which means it probably starts off with denial, anger, depression, and then an acceptance. And over a period of time, the frequency and intensity of these waves reduce. While of course again, sometimes you may listen to a song or a particular smell or visiting a particular place may again trigger that wave, but that doesn't mean you're not making progress. Over 6 months usually, we are better equipped to deal with the person's loss. Some of the things that we need to be mindful of while grieving is: 1, start to have a routine in your life. Make sure that you have some set meal times, set sleeping times, waking up times. This helps. The other is look after yourself. Watch what you eat, your alcohol consumption, your smoking consumption, exercising. These are some of the things that you want to keep in mind. Make a journal or write down all those things that you are really worried about. And then make a to-do list, which could include the financial aspect that maybe you need to take care of, or the sorting of the belongings, whatever it is. And be generous with the time that you give yourself. The other thing that you should keep in mind is, do not make any big life-changing decisions for the first 6 months after the loss of a loved one. It is better to wait for 1 year, but 6 months definitely before you make any big decisions. Slowly try and increase the pleasant events, the events that gave you joy, whether it be family celebrations or office virtual casual meetings. Start to participate in that. Start to slowly expose yourself to those things that you dread. Maybe visiting a particular place or doing something that you jointly did with that person. Be mindful of your thoughts. Thoughts that trigger your anger or guilt, like, why did this happen to me? Or thoughts like, oh, I should have done that, I should have done this. Okay, in hindsight, we all become geniuses. Okay, so don't be very harsh on yourself. Be kind to yourself. And ask yourself, if the person was here, what would they say at this time? And spot these unhelpful thoughts and stop them. And lastly, whenever you think of the person, think more from a point of view to celebrate their life. Sing the songs that they liked, cook the food that they enjoyed, and all the time think about the past, the love that you shared more positively. And for all those who know of people who are grieving at this point, please reach out. Invariably, I hear this, that I don't know what to say. Well, just call them and tell them, I don't know what to say, but I'm here for you. And don't just make that one call and then leave the responsibility of reaching out to you on them. Don't just say that, okay, call me whenever you need me. That's not going to work. Make sure that you call them regularly, at least for the first 6 months. Make sure that you show them that you're there. That's the only way that we at this point will be able to deal with this massive loss that we're all experiencing.